Good afternoon. Today is the 20th of September and this is part 5 of the slightly shambolic shuffle around Rustival 22 at the British Motor Museum here at Gaydon in Warwickshire. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information if I fall over, if I get things terribly wrong. And also we don't talk about details on this channel. I don't want to apologise for that, but that's just the way that it is. If you want proper videos, then of course watch the Hub Nut, Furious Driving, and iDriver Classic channels. This is a slightly shambolic shuffle. We do our own thing. So 2018 Smart for 4. I have driven one of these actually. I drove one, I think at some point last year. It was all right. It's a rear-ended little thing, similar to the Mark III Twingo. Then a Fiesta XR2 Mark III, registered in 1991. Delightful. It looks sort of pinkish on camera for some reason. I don't know why, but it looks more conventional, I assure you, in real life. Next to it is I think that's a second generation Mercedes-Benz SLK. 2006, this one, which is interesting sort of front end on this, a bit like the McLaren Mercedes SLR called. Looks a bit like that. Then a Fiat Panda 1000 CLX. This is a little bit higher trim specification than the one that I drove back in March. It was also at the first Rustival. It's got the 1.0 fire engine in it. Ooh, a Mark II Astra SR. Wow, so not a GTE then. I don't think I've ever seen an SR before. I've seen the Mark 1, not the Mark IIs. What's that? 1986-87 on a D. Brilliant. Skip that C30, skip that V40, and move on to this S70 T5 model. Superb. 5-cylinder white block petrol with a turbo, and of course a beige leather interior with wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. And we do like Volvos. We like Volvos on this channel a great deal. It's just we can't talk about certain ones. So 97, 98, S70, obviously the facelift of the 850 really. We're going to have to check carefully about some of the rest of these as well. We'll take a look and see if we can discuss these, because they've been sort of modified. I can't actually see at the moment. That one, no. This one we can. T4, wow, it's made into an S40 T4. The T4s are rare. And they have the most horrific torque steer in the world. I have driven a Mark 1 V40. It was a 2-litre automatic one. This is a bit more powerful than that. Tire-scrappingly powerful. 2002 to 3, facelifted Mark 1 S40. Then a 740. I think this is probably a GL, isn't it? Interesting sort of seats in these. With GLE, ooh, very nice. Original specification plates, probably reproduction though, I state. And then we have the V70R. We like V70R's, viewers, very much. P2 V70, of course, facelifted one, this, 2004 to 5. Bit faster than that 740 GLE, but like both. Saab 96, 1969 to 70. Can't remember when they got the V4 Ford Taunus engine. I think it was by this stage. I think it was, yeah, V4, there we go. At some point in the 60s it was, wasn't it? So yeah, there we go. And then a Volvo Amazon would have competed directly against the Saab 96. This is a very late Amazon, sort of 68, 69. By this stage the 144 was in production, so yeah, very late. Then a Maxi. 77, 78 on an S, say a 1750 model. Can't remember if it's Harvest Gold or Sandglow. Someone in the comment section below will no doubt tell me. And then a Land Rover Series 3 Lightweight. I have actually driven one of these. I drove one in 2022, I think it was. I drove one of those. It was actually white. This one's still got its military plates on it. Wonder if we've actually got a date when this was sold to the public. I don't know. It says 97, but yeah. These were actually 1985, so I don't think so. Right, we'll skip that one, viewers, and move on to, my goodness me, a Panda 4x4 Mark 1. It's rare. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, with obligatory rust, yeah. Drivetrain by Steyr Puke. 85, 86, fantastic, and a very late UK specification, because we didn't get them after, I think, 1995, these Pandas. They thought the Cinquecento was adequate, so they sold those really instead of, or rather in Italy and other places, they sold both at the same time until 2003, I think it was, of these Pandas. There we go, 94, 95. Another SW20 MR2, because why not, 1998, 1999. Fabulous. Probably like a Rev 4 or 5, I think, perhaps. Peugeot 205 GTI in a very unusual colour. I've never seen a GTI in this colour before. We've got the earlier dash in this, so probably 87 or 88. 88 was when we changed the dash. Then a Morris Minor 1000 of 948cc. Funny, we've got the indicators on the roof like that. Brilliant. I like that, viewers. I like that a great deal. Someone's got a good sense of humour. It's like sort of bunny ears on the old London taxis. Then a Mark II Clio 2004 facelift. Someone has made it into something sort of akin to like Mad Max or something there. A bit different though from this Mark III Capri. Mark III Capri 1979 to 80. This will be probably like, I don't know, a GL or something like that. Yeah, 1.6 GL with a vinyl roof. Fabulous. We have to skip that 405, viewers, and have a look at this Lincoln Continental instead. Again, like the Capri 79 to 80, two Ford products from the same year, but they could not be more different. The Americans clearly got stuff like this. We got the Capris instead. There we go. Wow. And then we have little thing here. This looks like a Prefect, I think, with the 4 doors. Call 07941 806 909. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this, well, it could be yours. Fabulous. It's a Prefect. Probably from the 50s. And then a base model 2000 Daewoo Lanos. Only the base models got these unpainted bumpers. Both the Lancers I've driven 2 of them because I'm that sort of person, have painted bumpers. This is the absolute base model called the S. I've never actually seen one of these before. That is very shiny bumper. Someone's put a lot of work into making it look like that. 1999 to 2000, Volvo V70 P80 or Mark 1 T5 in dark blue. Very nice. Then a Porsche Boxster from 2005, a second generation Boxster. Let's not get my wires caught in anything here, viewers. Yeah, very nice. I've just skipped the Bora. One of my viewers actually owns that, but I've told him we're going to skip it. 1990 to 1991 Porsche 911 sort of Carrera 2, the 964 generation, that one. Interesting colour. Then 2003 Jaguar X-Type 3 litre. Excellent. Complete, of course, with a beige leather interior with wood and a J-gate. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. I've probably worked that out by now. And a Citroen C2. I haven't seen one of these in a while, actually. This is the GT model. I've even forgotten these. They've been made until like 2009, I think. Can't really remember what replaced them. Then a Saab 9.3 OG convertible, 2001 to 2. Quite a late one. Locked in reverse, of course, like all the manual ones of this generation. I've driven quite a few. I've driven, oh gosh, I think it's 3 of these, including a Vigan. Then a 2CV Bamboo, 1987-88, on an E. So I have to skip back 75 and move on to this K12 Nissan Micra Cabrio. Wow. Okay. That's an interesting car. Which got CVT in it as well. Wow. Very unusual specification indeed. 2007 to 2008. I must get a K12 at some point on the channel. And then a Saab 900 OG Turbo S16 valve. Wow. That is a nice specification. Right at the end, 92, 93. 93 was the last year for these. Very nice. 1989 to 90, Mercedes-Benz 190. I'll have a look at the back and see what specification this is. Probably like a 2-litre auto or something. Oh, no, it's a 2.6. Fantastic. 2 litres are still quite slow. The 2.6 would probably be my preference. Porsche 928S, 1982, 1983. Automatic like most of them were. Steve's Machines. Hello to Steve's Machines on YouTube. I've just moved on here to this Audi S4, the V6 turbo engine, which sort of maybe not what everyone was ready to see here, but I like the look of this actually. I think that'll be fun. Don't know how reliable necessarily they are, but that is a good thing to see. 2001 R50 Mini Cooper, an R-Reg, a Y-Reg one. I do apologise. Y-Reg, yeah. Look at that, one of the very, very first of them. I'll have to check out that Land Rover in a bit. Honda Civic Mark 10. I have driven one of these actually. I drove one on my channel. I think it was last year I drove one of these. I quite liked it, but I've just heard they've got wet belt engines in them, and so maybe they're not necessarily the best in terms of reliability. We don't quite know that yet. Another car I don't really know much about is this 2017 Peugeot 308 GTI. I imagine it's a similar engine to the RCZ, which I have driven. I've driven an RCZR, and they were very, very quick. So, yeah, maybe it's the same sort of thing. 2002 Mercedes-Benz SLK, which looks good. It's got a light colour dash in there. And then a Standard 10. Unlike the very early Standard 8s, which actually has an opening boot lid. The very early Standard 8s, you didn't open the boot. It just didn't open at all. Because Standard thought that people would think that sort of thing was acceptable for some reason. Right, next area. Very interesting. Citroen AX GT5. I think I've only ever seen one of these before. I wouldn't have to go in an AX reviews quite badly. This one would be good. I don't know if I'd be able to, but that would be brilliant. 91, 92, one a J. Looks in great condition. Also, another Fiat Panda Mark II. This one again is a 1000 CLX with a fire engine. 92, 93 on a K with some nice wheels actually on that. Like that. The W30 MR2. I think this is the first one we've seen so far today. I was expecting to see more of these, but there we go. As I said, I've driven one of these before. It was a very early one. One of the first ones imported into the UK, the 2000. This is a 2004, it's a facelifted one. Very good handling though, although the chassis flex I didn't quite like as much. 1967 Ford Anglia Deluxe. 67 was the last year for this shape of Anglia. Fabulous. That looks very nice indeed. Right, a Peugeot 306 sedan. We're going to be careful about that, viewers. We'll just come to that in a second. We'll have a look at this Saxo first. Facelifted Saxo. 2001. What model this is? It's on the back, perhaps. No, it doesn't. It says Saxo. Oh well. Interesting. A Citroen 2CV van thing. Can't remember what these were called now. 71 to 72 on a K. Oh, all sorts of information here. I should have read that. The Azub 72. Superb. Oh look, but the proper creators are actually here. Go and watch his video instead of mine. Vauxhall Carlton Mark 1 facelift, 1983 to 1984. I think I've seen the gentleman in the Rustival friendship group on Facebook talking about bringing this. Carlton 2000 GL, fantastic. It's what we like. And then a Lada Riva 1300E. It'd be one of the kind of later on we had to modify the engine for the Euro 1 regulations in sort of 92 for the upcoming Euro 1 emissions standards. And then a DS. Actually, that might be an idea. I'll have to look in the back and see what it says. We'll also just have to check out this BX and see if we can discuss this. We might not be able to, viewers. Lots of them we could not. Oh no, we can't. Okay, back onto the DS then. It could be like an ID or something. We've not got fancy wooden dashes like the DS I drove, which is the South African one, which was earlier this year. Right-hand drive, but a very different dash. That to me looks. They've got a spindly gear change up there. Column change is not my favourite, as I found out when I drove that manual DS19 from '64. Skoda, I think this is an Octavia Combi from memory. Left-hand drive, I think this is like a 62 or something like that, perhaps. The Octavia Combi, there we go. And then got a Triumph Vitesse convertible, 70-71 on a J. The very last year they made these. Very last year. This is 1971. And then I think that various points we've called the Renault GTA and then the Renault A610 or something. They weren't called the Alpine over here because Chrysler owned the name, or Peugeot owned the name actually. You've got the Volkswagen Alpine. So they call them something else. Yeah, GTA V6 says on that one. They saw an Alpine badge there. And then a smart, what do they call it? Roadster, wasn't it? Something like that. 2004 to 5. Very limited production car. It didn't make, presumably, a lot of money for Smart, so they didn't sell a lot of them, but lots of people absolutely love these. And I understand why. We should have a go in something like that at some point in my life. Then this Triumph Herald 1360. Now, the reason it's on an R plate is because it was originally sold elsewhere. When it was imported to this country, which would have been, I think, in the 70s, they just slapped the plate on it when it came in. Re-imported in 76, at 68. It was a very strange policy. They stopped doing that about 1981. So yeah, anything that just came in a certain year, they just put that year's plate on it. So there you go. This is a Mitsuoka, isn't it? Mitsuoka. Let's look at the back of this. Mitsuoka Galoo. This is a Nissan. I can't remember what model Nissan it is, but it looks sort of like, I don't know, a Jaguar from the 60s, sort of. Then we've got a 2005 Skoda Fabia Mark 1 with the high torque petrol engine. I think this is the 1.2. Presumably the 64 horsepower rather than the 54 horsepower. I've driven a 54 horsepower one of these and they are not very fast, viewers, at all. And we've got a GR86, another one of them. There's actually two of them here. I hope that TVR turns the alarm off soon because it's quite loud. Yeah, very good cars to drive these. Only made in very limited numbers. Oh, phew, calm down. Yeah, only made in limited numbers of GR86. I've driven a manual one, drove one last year, and it's one of the worst performing vehicles I've ever had on my channel. There we go. It doesn't, no matter what quality of car it is, it just sort of, you know, depends if people want to watch it or not. Then a Smart for 2 Cabrio next to a Mark 3 Cavalier. Excellent. This is the facelifted Mark 3. This is presumably GLS 1.8 automatic. There we go. 1992. SRI steering wheel and alloy wheels. Very nice. Another MX-5. Let's have a look at the number plate in the back. This is the Classic Edition. UK market one. Gosh, there's toadstools on the ground. I better be careful with those. 97, 98 on an R. Pre-facelift BX. Another petrol one. It's the 19 GT model. Still with the sort of bathroom scales dash in it and things. And then we've got Allegro Estate late one, actually, Series 3 Allegro this time, on an X, 1981, 1982. It's just a 1.3L. And we've got this beautiful Escort, 1.6 gear, 78, 79. I'm very pleased to say that I've met the owner before. Afternoon. Really lovely condition, this car. It's a beautiful one. Rare to see one of these as opposed to like the two-door Escorts. S6 plate, of course, on this. And then a Mark 1 Renault Clio S. I don't think this is a UK spec car at all. Left-hand drive would suggest it isn't. Yeah, phase 1 car. 91, 92. Skip that one and go on to this one. These two are okay. It's 14RE, quite low down in specification. Facelifted one, 1988, 1989. And then this one is at what? It's 1.9 actually. It's early facelift. I think it's an 86. It's got the side window still, but the different dash and other detail changes. Superb. Well, I'll have to check out that Mazda 6 in a second, but we'll look at the 323F first. 93, 94 on an F with, of course, pop-up headlamps. The BA generation came out in 1994, so quite late for this particular type. Either of those I'd like to have a go in, but whether it'll happen or not, I don't know. Depends if somebody offers me one. 2011 Mazda 6, presumably a 2-litre. Takoya petrol. I do like Mazda 6s very much. Very nice cars. The only problem is they tend to rust, even like ones like this tend to rust, which is a shame. 1997, 1998 Rover 100 Ascot SE with some interesting seat covers in it. Someone's been watching Auto Alex, I see. I think that's Caribbean blue, that colour. And then this is a little Daihatsu van. It could be a Piaggio Porter, actually. No, it's Daihatsu badged. Hijet, I think these were called. Yep, from Daihatsu. Next, we're going to look at this Maxi from sort of 75, 76 on a P, 1750. This is a later colour than the other one we saw, which is lime flower. I can't remember what this is called now, but sort of citrus green type colour. That's very good. Another Daewoo it is, very late Daewoo badged one. I think Chevrolet took over the badging as 2004 to 5. So yeah, SE Plus that one, so it'll have the air conditioning and some other features over the one that Ian Seabert's recently sold. Smart for 2 Brabus, 2007. I think this is the second generation Smart by this stage. I have driven one of these. It wasn't a Brabus one, it was just a normal one, and the gearbox wasn't the best, I have to say. Mark IV Golf Cabriolet. This is a very clever sort of facelift actually. It's a Mark III with a Mark IV front end, and this is how they came. This one is a 97, no 98, 99 it is, this one, on an S. Could be a 1.6. There are other engines available as well. A friend of mine used to have a 1.6 one of those. Unos Roadster 1994, 1995, which is nice and sort of purpley shade. And then a Mark II Honda CRV, a petrol one, 2003. You've got to watch these actually in any CRV up until like 2012, because they have horrendous problems with subframe rust. You just have to watch yourself with that. Transit Connect we're going to skip over. We're going to go right to this Mark 6 Fiesta ST from 2005 to 6. 2-litre Mazda engine in these, so they're quite fast. I should have a go in one of these at some point if I can. I'm going to enjoy it. And also we've got this Mark 1 Mondeo, the Verona edition. Probably be a 1.6 in here, the ZTEC R engine. And next to it, something much newer, a 2009 facelift Mark II Focus with the 1.8 Mazda engine in it. Like the wheels on that, that's good. Then a Mark II facelift Renault Sport Clio. Superb, with a 2-litre engine. Renault F-Type, I think it is in these. Those look like a lot of fun. Awful lot of fun. TVR Cerbera here that was going off. It's calmed down now, I won't touch it. That would be a silly idea, viewers. We don't want the entire car park to know that I'm walking next to it. Gosh, another 2-door Trafalgar Blue Morris Minor on a G plate. So many of these, just generally, but also here today. Possibly Steph has been asking her friends from the Owners Club to come along. Mark II Jaguar 3.4 automatic. It says automatic on there, but it's got a 5-speed manual. Okay, someone's obviously got rid of the 5-speed. Sorry, got rid of the automatic at one point. Alfa Romeo Spider 7778 on an S. Very nice. Little friend down there for the ball. I believe that's not for the car. And then, so don't fall over here, views. A rear-engine Super Estelle. Look at that. Look at the way it's mounted, like a slanted over. The old OHV Skoda engine that was, I think, had a 30-year production life, something like that. It was 40 years actually, so 64 to 2004. BMW Z4, this is the 3-litre model, 2004 to 5 on a 54 registration. Next to a Mark III Fiesta with a very interesting rear spoiler. 4-speed manual, so quite a sort of low specification. The Sunray. Interesting. Is that actually a Sunray? It doesn't look like a Sunray. Intrigued. 91, 92, and is that Sunray? Yeah. Don't know. 2-door Escort, going up in value as I'm walking around it. 1974, 1975 on an M. Excellent. Look at that. Daytona yellow or something. And then a pre-facelift Mark III Cortina. It's the XL model. What engine is that? It's the 1600 XL. Must get my hands on one of these for review at some point, because I've done the Mark V. I have not done the Mark III or the Mark IV. MGF 1.8 Freestyle Special Edition. Correct wheels for it actually. 2001 to 2002. I had a go at one of these actually a long time ago. It was a 1.8 Freestyle like this, I think in this colour. And then we've got this ST3, left-hand drive ST3, very late ST3 216 for test in left-hand drive. I think 89 only this would be, from what I understand. Also late ST3 is this particular one. Very rare 216 SX. This was the run-out model for them, and it's for sale. Call Aaron on 07749 423 809. That's actually quite sort of tempting to me. Sorry, 1990. It's one of the very last ones. I really like that. Unfortunately, I don't think my lady wife will let me buy something like that, but I appreciate it nevertheless. Suzuki Carry 1.3 car, I think discontinued due to the Euro 4 emissions regulation in 2006. I think it discontinued in 2005. That's 2000. Rover 95. Be between about 1962 and 64. That's when we made these. Yeah. Very, very nice condition actually. I've seen that before many times, that particular car. And then a couple of these, oh gosh, I can't remember what they're called these things. Is it like a Honda step wagon? You can, or an SMX, I can't remember now. I have a terrible memory sometimes, viewers, and I'm afraid that's hit me. SMX, there we go. And Ian Seabury used to own one, yes, didn't he? Of course. 1997, 98, no, 96, 97 on a P. 2008 Honda, whatever this thing is, crazy thing, Honda Custom M box. I've been educated and informed. Let's have a look at these couple of stars that we're going to sort of end after that. This part will continue in the next part. Yes, a 2004 to 5 Saab 9.3 with a 2 turbo, and then an older Saab. This is a 900 GLS TM4 Saloon from 1982. It looks similar to the GL Saloon that I drove at some point last year. That was a beige one with a beige interior, but even more basic than that one. Wonderful. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you in the next part for even more incorrect information.